Welcome everybody to Tea with Tim. Today I am drinking a nitro cold brew from Starbucks. Delicious. So today's topic is about vulnerability. Before we get into the topic, I want to kind of give you guys an idea of why we're having this conversation. In my work career or my work life, I grew up in a very stressful atmosphere. And when you grow up in that stressful atmosphere, you have two responses. First response is unhealthily, reacting to stress in an unhealthy manner. The second response is adapting to that stress. Well, my body adapted to that stress, and it's almost non-existent from an awareness standpoint when I'm actually feeling stressed. I don't get any reactions from my body-wise. I don't get any reactions from my health-wise. It's really hard to test my personality on it because I don't really feel or hear those things. What I realized is that I have a blind spot to when I'm feeling stressed. On the plus side, I've built relationships with individuals that I work with, that work for me, that are my peers and my customers. And I like to think of them as my warning light as a leader. Think about in your car, when a warning light comes on of low oil. At first, it's simply just a warning. That warning goes off and it says, hey, you should check your engine oil. If you don't, tragic things can happen to your car, and one thing that may go from a couple dollar or $40, $50 repair to hundreds to, if not $1,000 repairs. Same goes for in these modern cars when it comes to the inflation levels of your tires. If your inflation level drops down to a particular level, it's going to tell you, hey, you should probably take this in and get it checked out. If you don't, you could damage the tire completely, damage the rim completely, or even have worse effects on your suspension and your transmission. So, why do I bring this up? I didn't notice recently that I was feeling stressed. I have a bit going on. I have this blog. I teach. I have my normal work, and then I have the challenging work-life balance. But I didn't notice I was stressed about it. But you know who did? My colleagues, my friends. And they asked those questions, those warning-like questions of, are you okay? What's going on? And it pinged me, and I am okay. But what I noticed is that the tone of my communication after they brought it to my attention may possibly be damaging some of my relationships. It's very, very important for me as an individual to listen to those warning lights that are my peers and my friends and my coworkers and my customers, because they know me, even in some ways better than I know myself. If I were to go unchecked, if I didn't address these situations, what could happen? Well, I could damage relationships beyond repair, and doing so unknowingly. In addition to that, stress has an interesting effect on your body, even when you're not aware of it. I could be tired, I could push myself to limits which I couldn't handle. And so by identifying that and saying, hey, I might need a break, it allows me to go to a Starbucks, get a drink, and just relax for a minute. In addition to that, there are mindfulness exercises that you can use to help reset your brain if it's in the middle of your workday. One such exercise is known as Taking 5. What you do on that is you're really invoking your sensory in this, and it is you close your eyes, you breathe deep, and you trace one hand with your other hand. And you do so as you breathe in and you breathe out. And it really gives your mind that break that it absolutely needs, and it resets you. Moral of the story is, build a foundation with honest communication and feedback where people feel comfortable coming to you and say, hey, are you okay? And then even if you are, it's an indicator that there may be something that you're missing. So, thank you for joining me today with Tea with Tim. Have a great day.